Hello fellow gamers and welcome to another Greenhell episode with the UnkemptGamer. In this episode we're going to be tackling how to handle the dreaded poison dart frog. There's really only two reasons a frog like this would end up in your hands. Either you want to make poison darts for the blowpipe to get some animals for your jungle farm, or, well, you accidentally picked a little fella up. I guess a third reason would be you just got pranked by one of your friends in multiplayer, but you'll have to go check me out on Kick or Twitch and watch our multiplayer live streams to see that in action. Anyway, this video will cover a few different things, so I've separated it into chapters. If you want to see the chapters, either hover your mouse over the bottom of this video if you're on PC, or check the description of this video if you're using your cell phone. The main purpose of this video is to show you that interacting with poison dart frogs doesn't have to be a death sentence. You may have noticed I'm picking up every poison dart frog I see along the way, and it's to hammer this point home. If you keep your cool, you should be able to make it out alive. Keep in mind that there are other ways to remove the effects from the poison dart frogs than what I show you in this video, but in my experience, these are the easiest and most accessible. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Me.
I'm going to show you how to fix that little problem I got myself into at the start of this video a little bit later. But first I wanted to talk about some of the basics, because there are a few different ways to render first aid to yourself if you pick up a poison dart frog, and it all depends on what you have on you, how established you are in the area you picked up the frog, or how lazy you are in wanting to fix it. First and foremost, let's attack the simplest and most common way to fix it: painkillers. They are unequivocally the easiest way to remove poisons and fevers, and you can do this if you're settled down in a camp or on the go in even the most dangerous parts of the jungle. Really, the only possible downside is if Jake is dirty. Then you could possibly get parasites from eating the pills, but a fever will kill you long before the parasites ever will. That being said, while they are an easy fix, there are a limited number of painkillers in the game world, so they won't always be accessible to you, especially in survival games. Now let's say you're at your camp and accidentally pick one of these little poison boys up. This should be when you are most prepared. If you have a large bowl, a bone, and a tobacco leaf handy, you'll knock this tiny little problem out in no time. If you're out and about exploring the jungle, hopefully you've prepared yourself for pretty much anything and have some bandages on you. Either tobacco or lily bandages will work for this option, and you will need two. Now, as the bandages are working their magic, set up a simple bed on the jungle floor so you can sleep off the fever. It's also very important you're near a water source or you have some water on you. If it's clean water, no worries, you're 100% good. If it's water that can give you parasites, hopefully you have soursop fruits or mushrooms that can remove them. Even if you don't have parasite killers on hand, water is the priority. Look at it this way. Like I had said previously in the video, the fever will kill you long before the parasites ever will. But now let's look at a situation where maybe you're caught off guard. I don't know, maybe you picked up half a dozen or so poison dart frogs while wandering aimlessly through the jungle with no bandages and no plants nearby to where you can make some bandages. It is possible to wait out the poison and possibly the fever, but you have to be careful. Fever requires water, and if at all possible, rest to get rid of it. Poison requires bandages or some other sort of poison-removing remedy like eating the plantain lily leaf, but it is very important that you stick with activities where you're able to monitor your health. At this point, you should be on high alert and monitoring your thirst and hit points, aka health. If your hydration goes down, drink water. If your health starts to dip, eat some food. If you decide to sleep and aren't playing co-op, be very careful in monitoring your health. A quick nap can kill you if you aren't paying attention. Trust me, I know from experience. In co-op, it should be a little easier to manage because as long as at least one person is awake, then time doesn't fast forward like it does in single player mode, so you should have more time to react. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you learned a thing or two. Speaking of thank yous, one way you can show some love is by hitting that like button and by subscribing to the channel. I also have YouTube membership options as well as Patreon options if you'd like to support the channel in a monetary way. Those links are down below in the description of this video. A non-financial way to support the channel is to watch one of the videos that pops up at the end of this one. Well, with that out of the way, I'd like to wish you happy building, safe building, and many blessings. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Take care.